Hey, what's going on, IWWS Maniacs, Boston Fan Nation, Boston Fan 79, in on the IWWS channel, chilling on this gorgeous sunny Saturday. How you guys doing? And word up to my boys in the IWWS, it's a pleasure working with you. What I want to talk about today, as the title may suggest, WWE Divas versus TNA Knockouts. And no, this isn't a fantasy draft, okay? This is my opinion on both the WWE Divas and the TNA Knockouts. And in my opinion, that the TNA Knockouts far surpass that of the WWE Divas. And you never thought I'd hear, you guys would probably hear me say that, but I have felt this way for quite a few months now, okay? I made the video back in November? Was it November or was it October? Where I made the video where I was talking about the WWE Divas division sucks, and I gave some reasons why. And a lot of you guys backed up my opinion, and I much appreciate it. But let's pinpoint. Let's give a pinpoint comparison on both the Divas and the Knockouts, because first of all, let's go with the understanding that Boston fan thinks the TNA Knockouts have more credibility than the WWE Divas. Now, first of all, let's start with their belts, okay, which I know have little to do with them, sort of, but first of all, the Divas title, okay, thing looks like shit. The women's belt had a lot more prestige to it because you had so many great women's champion of WWE past. You had women like, Sable that held it, Fabulous Moolah, Wendy Richter, let's see here, Deborah McMichael, which she, yeah. But let's see here, China won it, I believe. I think. And there was a few others. Can't remember them. Tori Wilson, of course. I think Stacy Keibler at one point. But, the Divas title, nowadays, the Divas title has always looked like shit. I really wish they had not brought the Divas title. I really wish they would have stuck with the women's title. And they completely disgraced the women's title by cutting it in half when Team Layla and Michelle McCool totally screwed it up. Thank you, WWE. Thank you, Layla and Michelle McCool, for fucking that belt up, okay? For everybody. And so, the TNA Knockouts title, to me, means a whole lot more. It's a better looking belt, and a lot of women, a lot of great women in TNA have won it. Angelina Love, Gail Kim, Tara, I believe. Mickie James. Okay. Granted, it has not had prestige to it for a while. I mean, as far as like a longevity that the women's title has. Particularly because TNA is new. It was new 2002, 2001. So, let's go forward. The WWE has an epidemic of Barbie doll divas, with the exception of 3 WWE current divas: Tamina, Natalya, and Beth Phoenix. Okay? Which, of course, has it been 2 weeks in a row now that we haven't seen Beth Phoenix? Taking a little bit of time off, isn't she? But I guess it's well needed from time to time. The TNA Knockouts, they have less of the Barbie doll image. A lot of you might think that the TNA Knockouts have more of like a more skankier approach because of what they wear. Well, it's really not a whole lot different than that of the WWE Divas. The WWE, their divas have, what, 1-2 minute matches at the most, with the exception of like pay-per-view matches. TNA Knockouts give some of the best damn women's matches I have seen in a long time. You know, when you have like Gail Kim going up against Mickie James, or, you know, and here's the thing, WWE, they push feuds for months on end, as far as particularly Eve and Kelly versus Beth and Natty. The TNA Knockouts have different tag teams, have had different women's tag teams going on. Tara, Brooke Tessmacher, Rosita and Sarita. When Tara was with Madison, and now you have Gail Kim and Madison. You know, and it's a little bit different each week, you know. But WWE, they don't have enough divas to make knockouts or divas tag team titles where the WWE, the TNA have a lot of knockouts that they can do TNA knockout tag team titles with. And I feel that the WWE, it's like, you know, Lord forbid they go over the 2-minute mark for their matches, and Lord forbid one of them break a nail or some shit like that. You know, it's, you know, it is what it is with the WWE. You know, not really a whole lot of credibility behind their divas, because like I said, particularly the Barbie doll image. Whereas if with the TNA Knockouts, TNA, they let their shit fly. Okay, with their knockouts, you know, they let their knockouts go at it. You know, kicks, punches, you know, all these great moves. I think the TNA Knockouts are better athletes in the ring. Whereas if, you know, the WWE, you know, they always focus on like the looks and not, you know, in the glamour. TNA, they don't give a shit about that. So, in my opinion, you know, I'm sorry, but the TNA Knockouts to me far surpass that of, you know, the TNA Knockouts far surpass the WWE Divas. And by the way, when was the last time the WWE let their divas have a main event? Okay, last week on Impact, they let their divas have a main event. It was the Gail Kim Mickie James match, and for the TNA Knockout title, and it was awesome. Okay, you know, not to mention the fact that honestly, like I said, I love the Knockouts. Not only in looks, but the way they look in the ring, their wrestling ability. WWE, you just shit all over your divas. And I really feel that, like, Tamina, Beth, and Natalia, I believe they deserve a whole lot more. I really wish they would go to TNA, where they can get a better push, where they can, you know, because that's another thing, the pushes of the TNA Knockouts compared to the WWE Divas. You know, when you have a WWE Diva winning the Divas title, and then the next night she gets beaten by the challenger that she just fought the night before. Doesn't make sense to me, you know. So, and then to have an award show and have that same person that you have fought for months on end go and just bitch slap you? The fuck? That's not class. You know, settle it in the ring. You know, don't make your champion look like a chump. WWE is good for making their champions look like a bunch of chumps, both in the male and female division. But you know, the TNA Knockouts, man, they just flat out get their shit on in the ring. And so, hence the reason why I believe the TNA Knockouts far surpass that of the WWE Divas. Comment below. Comment right on the channel. Subscribe to us. We won't let you down. And until next time, folks, you guys take care. Have a great rest of your weekend. And by the way, my next video for the IWWS will be tonight. I'm going to give my TNA Genesis 2012 predictions exclusively here on the IWWS channel. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Bye-bye.